Good afternoon, Raptor Freaks. Lex Yachts here, and it's Monday, and we had Media Day Monday. Wah, 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 wah. Boom, 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 boom. Raptor Freaks in the chat on the Media Day. Oh, man, what a crazy day. You know what? Let me give some grades real quick. I want to say, first of all, I will give A plus to all people that took the podium and took the microphone today, as far as Masai all the way to Grady. Every single one of the Raptors personnel that got up there were the class professionals, perfect answers, amazing people work for this team. And I am so proud of our guys. I am so proud of Scotty handling the questions so well today at Media Day. Scott, you are a true leader, man. And you have, my gosh, you handled that legacy question so beautifully, Scott. I think you get it. In some ways, I could listen to you answer that question and I'll be like, man, is he going to answer this like some sort of bullshit that Vince Carter said last Friday? No, he came correct. And he answered that legacy question in the most beautiful way because he gave me tells, man. Woo! What a great media day. What a crazy media day. Fire alarms. Dikembe Mutombo's passed away, and this sucks. It's so sad. And old Lex got banned from the Raptors media day chat. What a season we're starting out with. If media day is the first day of school, coming back from the summer, and the Raptors family and the Raptors community, the Raptors fans, the Raptors media, the Raptors players, the Raptors personnel, the Raptors are going to training camp in Montreal today. That is what is going on. And all the great pictures are getting taken of the Raptors in the retro jerseys, the media day pictures, all the fun stuff today. Let's go, Raptor Free Chat. I'm live and I'm reacting to what we just watched for the last, what was it, like 4 hours almost? No, yeah, almost 4. It's like 3 hours, I guess. 3 hours of coverage of so much. We got two interviews with Masai. Darko dressed to the nines, looking so clean. Scotty looking like Ben Wallace Monster coming out here. Scotty Barnes, daddy season coming. Let's go. RJ, soft spoken and sweet, funny, telling the stuff. IQ, ultimate leader, looking so focused and so bought in. Jakob, intelligent. Harry, talking it like it is. He wants to be here, you jabronis. What do you think Jakob wants to go to the Lakers? Nah, dog. He is bought in. He understands. He played for Popovich in the Spurs in rough times. He sees this situation as being very attractive. And anybody who thinks that's not true is crazy. Kelly Olynyk, class act, childhood dream, coming correct, being the pro that he is 12 years in. And yes, the big men are asking him questions about how to do this and how to do that. Grady Dick, cut your hair. Cut your hair, Grady. Grady, you are awesome, man. And I see how bulked up you are, man. In some ways, Samson Folk asking his crazy ass X's and O's questions were awesome. And Grady's like, Samson, you know more about me than I know about me. Man, what a great media day. Crazy media day with a fire alarm and Lex getting banned. You guys want to know why I got banned? First of all, I got banned before the thing even started. I got that Mel Bester treatment, y'all. I'm serious. I got that Mel Bester treatment. It was crazy. I'm in there, right? And our Raptor Freak champion, Amit Gaming 2K, is in there already and say, yo. And I'm in there and I'm like, yo, Amit, what's up? Raptor Freak champion. And then all of a sudden I said, why is this title? Because when I came in there first thing this morning, the stream was titled Raptors Marketing Day. And I was like, what is this crap? Marketing Day. I was like, somebody misspelled media. And I was like, I get it. This focus of this year is to sell a lot of purple jerseys. But yeah, what is this? I was like, is this the new regime of Rodgers that I'm walking in on a Raptors Marketing Day? I don't think any of the other 30 teams, other 29 teams in the league are calling their media day Marketing Day. It's a little on the nose, MLSE. A little on the nose. And you might be actually happy that old Lex came in there and caught your mistake before the masses started coming in there. You should actually probably be like thanking me, honestly. But yeah, it was so glorious to see you guys come in and be like, "Where's Lex? Where's Lex?" And then I was like, "Man," and I saw the love, y'all. You guys are awesome. You guys got my heart, man. You got my back, and I love you guys so much, man. Watching you guys in the chat today was just like a proud dad on a football field as his kid does something amazing out there. That's what it was like for me, man, because I saw you guys in the chat standing for our team, standing for Masai, standing for Darko, standing for Jakob, standing for everybody on that stage, Kelly Olynyk. And I appreciate every one of y'all for standing there like I would have if they had not banned me from talking in the chat today. Man, you guys are awesome. We even saw Fuckface, you shall not be named, and Cowboy, you got a dunk for putting the old face in the chat with him in there. That was hilarious. I'm telling y'all, in some ways, when I was watching this stream of the media day, I was keeping track of dunks. I had the tab open and I was reading everything y'all were saying. David and Cowboy and Kareem and Isaac and every single one of y'all were racking up dunks. Bryce Lawson, you are a badass, is what I got to say right now. Bryce Lawson, you are a badass. You were holding it down, reporting that piece of shit, Ruiz. Fuck those motherfuckers that were in there hating that Leafs fan, that Blue Jays fan. Those motherfuckers can suck it because we ain't like them. And man, you guys were awesome in there. I'm so proud of you guys. And man, you guys did a really good job. That chat was toxic as fuck. That chat was disgusting in a lot of different ways. That chat gets a big fat F for the most part, but the Raptor Freak family gets a big A plus, just like the Raptors personnel. And you know what, media, you weren't too bad either. I'm gonna give y'all a C, maybe a C minus, but a C, not bad. Good questions today. Quite a diversity of different voices from the media scrum today. And also have to give some props to Raptors admin for getting the mics right and actually starting it with Masai on the stage already. Yeah, there were some upgrades. You guys are learning. You're getting better. And honestly, way better job. Way better job. Y'all, let's react to what we just saw. If y'all have anything y'all want to talk about, whatever about today, whether you want to talk about the media day stuff they're talking about, whether you want to talk about us in the chat, whether you want to talk about the sad passing of Dikembe Mutombo today. It is very, very sad. Dikembe Mutombo to me was a really awesome player. I thought that he was so cool. I always liked him. I thought early on when I found out when he was playing that he spoke like 7 languages, I was like, this dude is awesome. He's brilliant. And, he was just a really tall player. I mean, 7'4" at that era of the NBA was a time where, he really did look like a giant compared to a lot of people. And his shot blocking prowess was top notch in this league. It was top notch in this league. Now, Mutombo, in some ways, in today's game with the new fans, they'd say, "Oh, he's washed." They probably call him a plumber or some bullshit. That is the disgrace if you would ever talk about him because he had no offensive game or 3-point shot. You just got to understand, Mutombo was a force. Mutombo is a predecessor to Wembanyama, and in some ways, people need to show more respect for people of all eras in this league and stop trying to diss each one's in some ways. I'm not saying people are doing that about Mutombo, but that action would be used against him about his game as far as he is very much a defensive player. And, the offense from him was interesting at times when he would take dunks here and there. And he did have a little bit of an inside post game around the basket. It was kind of fun to watch Mutombo when he had the ball on offense in the post, because those elbows were dangerous. Those elbows were dangerous. Of course, the very iconic moment of Mutombo laying on the floor against the Sonics with the ball over his head in that one playoff where they beat the Sonics. That was amazing. That was a Cinderella story for the Nuggets back then. In fact, that may have been one of the biggest moments in the Nuggets franchise at that time. And Mutombo had a long career. He has had a couple stops. I mean, I think of him with the Nuggets. I think about him with the Hawks. I think about him with the Sixers when we were playing against them, the Raptors, in that playoff series with Iverson and Carter in 2001. Mutombo was the center for the Sixers against us that year, that when we got to the highest level of the playoffs we had gotten to at that time with Vince and Alvin and Charles Oakley. But yeah, man, Mutombo, this is shocking. This is sad. There's been tragic young deaths. They happen. And 56 with brain cancer. It's really, really sad. Mutombo really did a whole lot, like Masai said when he came back to the podium and spoke about him. Did a whole lot for the sport of basketball here on this continent, and especially over on his home continent of Africa, and the things that he did for over there in Congo. Man, really good stuff. Really good stuff. And he's going to be missed. And man, it was kind of wrong of them to put Masai up like that in such a raw moment. I appreciate the authenticity. You know, we are all about that here on this Raptors Freak channel. But man, in some ways, that was very uncomfortable. But I'm glad that Masai got to speak in a timely way like that to our media. And you know, and if not as eloquent as he was earlier, and as he usually is, I think he did a very good job collecting himself and putting his words together in such an impromptu way and in such an emotional moment. You know, Masai Ujiri, you're a great man, just like your hero and mentor, Dikembe Mutombo. And in some ways, you know, man, this is just sad. And you know, because we do the classic card of the day all the time. I'm going to say today, in honor of Dikembe Mutombo, we're going to pass on it, and that Dikembe Mutombo is the classic card in our hearts today. Yeah, we're not going to do the classic card today. It's a special honoring for Mount Mutombo. No. And the passing of him today. It's really sad. He really is. In some ways, he is an icon to the NBA on the down low. I mean, people will always think of this finger wag with him. They will always, you know, there's things about him that are just iconic. He may not be a completely all-around great player like a LeBron or a Michael or a Kobe, but he is an NBA legend. It's undoubtedly true. It's undoubtedly true. So I want to make sure I did honor and respect and you know, say something about Dikembe because he is important to NBA history. And, you know, as Masai was feeling it earlier, I'm feeling it too today because I have good memories of watching him play. I have a lot of good memories of watching him play. And it's so nice of Masai to share personal stories. I've heard the story before about Mutombo yelling at him for wearing a tracksuit in the elevator when he was going to see Nelson Mandela. Take note, Vince Carter. But yeah, man. In some ways, all right, we got to move on. This is how we show strength. There's no weakness in showing emotion. It's how you carry yourself forward afterwards, and that's where we're going right now. All right, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. This will get us back on track. And man, I got all kinds of stuff I want to say about what our people were saying today. Darko, amazing. Darko, so matter of fact, he is the right one, baby. And yeah, Scotty, you really hit it out of the park today. Listen, I know a couple of years ago you talked about how you were worried about your public speaking and how you handled these situations with the media scrum. You knocked it out of the park, Scotty. In some ways, I'm so proud of you, man. There's no more of this young man that used to go, none of this. No, you were so eloquent with your speaking. You're right on point, very direct, and everything you said came across genuine, authentic, and like you're ready for this season. I can tell, Scott, you're hungry to play. You're hungry. Scotty want to eat some barbecue, so we're going to go. Let's go. That's right. Kareem said, man, I tried to represent us Raptor freaks in the Raptor chat today. Woo, what a fight. Yeah, I saw you. Kareem. I saw all of it. I saw every single thing y'all said up until about Kelly Olynyk, and then I was like, I'm out. When that Paradise Lost troll came in and every single thing he was saying was negative, I was like, I'm out. You know, Ruliz, we known about him. He's banned from this channel for like 2 years now. He ain't been allowed in here for a while now. And yeah, I saw you showing his ass. You guys are roast masters. In some ways, you guys get a lot of workout in here. This is like our workout. This is like Siakam in the morning. What are you doing with your life? Playing piano. No, we're on the Raptor Freak stream, and we're comment masters. In some ways, the dunk artistry of Vince Carter, the dunk artistry of Kareem Thomas, there was one and it's synonymous. And there were dunks that were thrown down on people's heads in that media day chat today that were recognized. Trust me. Yeah, some of y'all may be shocked to hear your new sums for your dunk totals when you get your next dunk, because I was keeping tally while y'all were in there and y'all were killing it. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all made me so proud. Some of this stuff y'all were saying, you guys were all coming correct. Tommy Dookie in there, Cowboy. I saw every single one of y'all. Andrew, I saw Morgan in there. I saw every one of y'all in there talking. And I'm so proud of that, man. You guys are awesome. Nameless, yes, I saw you too, Paisano. dropping the Italiano. Very, very beautiful. You guys were awesome, and I appreciate y'all. But yeah, that's a crazy, crazy environment in there. Crazy environment, and a lot of crazy ass shit going on in that chat in some ways. Really crazy. Some of it really, really stupid. Really, really stupid. Yeah, Nameless is saying, let's fucking go, Kareem. Hold it down for the 416. That's right. Kareem, man, you really messed up Ruiz pretty bad in there for a little while there. It was pretty good. It was so good, man. I was like, I had to bounce back and forth, and it was really kind of difficult because I'm listening to the Raptors too. And then I'm like, all right, dunk for Kareem. He just killed him. Oh, man, it's so good. Monique is here. The superfan Monique Lawrence, the MVP of the Raptor Freak family. Just the guiding light and one of the best energies and vibes in the Raptors nation. Monique Lawrence, how did you feel about today's media day in 2024? I would say this, superfan Mo. If this is going to be the setting the tone for this season, we're going to have fun this year. Because I'll say the things that are most important about media day is getting a read on your personnel. Yeah, people come in and maybe they'll give you some BS. They'll just give you some horse crap, kind of like what was served at Dixon Court on Friday by a guy in a jumpsuit that looked like he was on The Sopranos. Nah, see, we had guys come up there sincere, direct, and talking it like it is. You know, these guys are serious, and they're badasses, honestly. And you can feel the vibe. You can feel the foundation, the land that Darko has surveyed to build this on. And it's going to be nice, man. I'm telling you right now, because once again, I'll say this, Bobby and Masai, they don't let people into our organization without a certain kind of vetting in some ways. And it's, are you a guy who cares? Are you a high intelligence player? Are you a team first player? There's all kinds of hidden little descriptors of players. And when they come to the Raptors, they're like that. And when you get that right recipe of players on a roster together, you know, they exceed expectations. And that's what I'm telling you right now. Emmanuel, RJ, Scotty, Jakob, all those guys who talked today all sounded the same to me. Very, very focused, bought in, and ready to just fuck around and find out what they can do. And I think that may be one of the biggest things that's happening with the mainstream media and the NBA is overlooking about the Raptors this year. Is that, you know, and even some of them even said, I believe we have the talent to compete. You know, Emmanuel said at one point, I don't know, maybe we don't have the talent to compete, but somebody else said, I think we have the talent to compete. I believe that was Jakob. And, you know, a lot of it will depend on these youngsters. Darko tipping his hat a bit about the roles and how big they will be for our rookies, our 5 rookies. So it'll be very, very interesting to see this season. Very candid, very authentic, very directed, very focused, very concentrated crew all the way through, from Ujiri all the way down. Ujiri getting those questions in the beginning. Yeah, the Ed Rogers questions, the Larry Tannenbaum question. Yeah, and he knew he was going to get it, and he handled it very well. I want to back up Masai on this and say, you know what, is exactly what he said. You know, listen, Masai Ujiri is a professional. He's at the top level of his industry and what he does. You think somebody does what he does and has the connections and does amazing, huge things and what he does with the Giants of Africa and all kinds of different things, if he's like having bad connections with people? You know, that whole thing that happened with Ed Rogers a couple years ago about his contract, the leaking out of what Ed Rogers thought about it. Well, in some ways, like Masai said today, it's business. In some ways, there's some dirty stuff in negotiation. So it could be, in some ways, this was a part of that whole thing for old Ed, you know. But I think that Masai very clearly illustrated at the beginning of the media day today that he has good relationships with people. Whether it's Teresa Resch, whether it's Keith Pelly, whether it's Tim Lewicki, whether it's whoever in MLSE, and that his relationship with Ed Rogers, in some ways, he even said this. He said it in a direct way, but he did say it, that he does look up to Larry Tannenbaum and Ed Rogers as mentors. You know, I think that Masai has no problem with Ed Rogers, and I don't think that Ed Rogers has a problem with Masai either. And I will also say this. Masai also let it be known that, you know, his contract's not anywhere near up, y'all. So we'll just have to see what happens. In some ways, you know, we can forecast doom and gloom. We could say that change in ownership is just a precursor for what's inevitably going to happen. But you know what? I think that you guys might be shocked at just how badass Masai Ujiri is as an NBA executive, and how once again he's going to do something like where the plane on Indiana Jones is going in the mountain. Yeah, and it could very well be that the Raptors over exceed expectations this season, and Masai and Bobby look like geniuses once again. I mean, that's been the pattern for a long time, and he knows that in some ways that's what determines whether he keeps his job as vice president of the Toronto Raptors, is that he has to win. He has to show results. This team has to show something. And everybody, like Masai said, has to do their job at every place. And it's all the way down. Grady Dick's got to do his job. He knows. He said that at the end of the press conference. He said, I don't mind starting if that's what the role is for me that needs to happen, but I am willing to do whatever it takes in whatever role I'm asked to do. And that's what I'm saying. And Masai reiterated, the team stuff. That's Darko's stuff. He's going to take care of all that kind of stuff. And I trust in my people that I put in those positions. Scotty, he's different. I'm telling you right now, he's different. And it could very well be the incoming baby, but it could also be, that he has a new perspective. I love that when they asked Scotty about the leadership question, that they was like, who are you taking leadership style from? He mentioned the very first person, Garrett Temple. And I think that that's amazing. And not only that, we didn't just hear Garrett Temple's name spoken by Scotty Barnes. We heard Grady Dick talking about Garrett Temple also. And apparently Garrett doesn't consider Grady a not rookie until he actually plays his first game this season. So he's still a rookie, but he doesn't have to get the playing cards for the trip. Grady, if that was your rookie duty, come on. You saw Winning Time. You don't have to get that fresh squeezed orange juice in the newspaper for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at 6 a.m. You got to get playing cards for the plane ride. Okay. RJ dropping that they played a lot of cards at the Olympics. Yeah. Oh, such a good media day. These guys are ready. Seriously. And honestly, I really do feel like they're gelled. I really do feel like they're vibing off of each other. And I really do feel like this is authentically a badass little unit that we've got because they've been working together all summer. They've been in different places. RJ revealed that actually after he finished the Olympics with Team Canada, he did go straight to Spain and work out with the Raptors right exactly afterwards. I wasn't sure about that. I was kind of like, are Kelly and RJ going to go and work out with the Raptors in Malaga, Spain at the sanctuary? Because, they just got done, and it would be understandable if they wanted to just, chill. But no, apparently he went to Spain and was with that team, too. We just didn't see him in the pictures. So, yeah, a lot was found out today. And I'm going to tell you right now, maybe the fire alarm went off. Maybe we had a very beloved NBA legend pass away today. Maybe I got banned from the chat stream. But, man, that was one of the best media days I've ever seen in my life. I'm not going to lie. Yes, let's go. Our team looks so badass today, guys. I'm not even going to lie. People are going to sleep on us, and we're going to scare the hell out of the league. Watch, y'all. Watch. Scotty's scary. Scotty is scary. All right, let's see. Yeah, Mo's saying good afternoon. Let's go, Raptors. Let's go, Raptor-free crew. What an emotional morning, but impactful day. I agree, Monique. Seriously, 10 out of 10 on our personnel. Everybody was behind the mic for the Raptors on stage. They did a fantastic job. And there were really good questions, too, this year. There were better questions from the media in some ways. And in some ways, there could have been all kinds of cheap questions, like maybe asking Scotty about his baby or, a couple of stuff. But nobody did that kind of stuff. They really didn't. And in some ways, Grange and Doug Smith and different people were on their best behavior. But it seemed like they had every fucking media person for the Raptors in that room. And then all the streaming content makers like me and Fuckface, who we shall not be named, and Raptors Moments showing up in there. Highly endorsed Raptors Moments. Good guy. Showing up in the chat also, hanging around in there. So pretty cool representation all over the place. Samson Folk, S., Chelsea, and Raptors Moments has just got that beef with Chelsea. Oh my gosh. Every time she's talking, he's like, that poor woman, she wishes my downfall. The whole Raptors fan world and media world was there today. That's right. That's right. Except for me. I was there, but I was omnipresent. Yeah, I was there. Kareem saying, sorry, nameless. I'm from 905, but my cell phone is 416. There you go. There you go. Nah, man, listen. RJ's 416 and 905. We can all be whatever. You know, that whole beefing about burbs and stuff like that around Toronto and stuff like that. It's so stupid. We're all Toronto, baby. Let's go. Let's go. In some ways, I used to live downtown and I used to be like, yeah, Toronto's only like this parameter to this parameter to this parameter. And I don't even want to tell y'all which the parameters I used to say, because y'all would be like, man, that guy, he's a real downtown guy. But no, I believe that, you know, the boroughs of Toronto are Toronto. I mean, the players come here, and Scotty's like, Scarborough's Toronto, Mississauga's Toronto. So I say, well, I don't even know why we get all bent out of shape on this. Monique saying, rest in peace, Dikembe. Yeah, for sure. For sure. He's so, man, he's funny too. Like, that's one of the other things I always remember about Dikembe is like the old NBA blooper shows. Like, he was often in those, and he'd be like, he's had funny facial expressions. And like, he also was a very jokey kind of guy. Like, you'd hear him in interviews, and his laugh was so boisterous and deep. It's just like, man, he's just a cool dude. Like, and sometimes I know he had a little bit of a scandal with some sort of gold trading thing or something like that with his home country. But, you know, otherwise, the weight of what he gave to the world is so amazing. And who knows, maybe that whole scandal thing was some messed up, like, kind of trying to just like paint him in a bad light kind of thing. You know, people make mistakes. But yeah, this is a guy who would be at the UN talking in front of people at the United Nations because he was like that. And in some ways, he wasn't just one of these NBA players that sat back and just with the money and went private in their lives. He was out there making a difference politically and doing a lot of different things and being a representative and doing all kinds of stuff, an advocate and a philanthropist. So yeah, there's a lot of different sides of Dikembe Mutombo that we should recognize today, for sure, for sure. Yeah, Andrew's saying, yeah, Andrew, you were in there fighting the good fight, and I saw that there were two Andrews, and at one moment it was like, whoa, there's a Spider-Man moment. Like, Andrew, yeah, no, Andrew, you were killing it. You were, once again, Rookie of the Year. You were killing it, man. You guys were so good today. I'm serious. I was so proud of y'all because let's not get it twisted. Those Raptors live streams when they do the media day and anybody's in that chat, it can go very toxic and negative and bad. And you guys were holding that sunshine up real nice in there with the regular trolls that are going to inhabit that arena. And you guys were killing it. You guys were killing it. Some people were calling, yo, you guys are drinking the Kool-Aid. Well, motherfucker, I'm a fan of my team. You know, listen, you got the Raptors fans who are like, oh, you guys are unrealistic. You guys are just homers. Well, what the fuck is being a fan of your team? Seriously, like I never got that. It's like, look, we want to root for the best possible situation and outcome for our team. So don't get mad at us for that. So yeah, go ahead and tell us we're drinking the purple Kool-Aid, but motherfucker, I'm drinking the red Kool-Aid actually. Yeah, I'm drinking that red Kool-Aid. So many disappointed fans coming in the chat. It's like, why are they wearing the chevrons? I'm like, I told y'all. Why do you think there's a rebrand, you dumbasses? There's no full rebrand. It's just that the special games for the 30th anniversary season, they're going to wear the old school Vince jersey. They're not going to wear that the whole season. Why did people think that? They came in the chat and they're all upset. It's like they're the Raptors fashion police or something. Like, whoever is a Raptors fan mainly for the jerseys and the fashion, what the fuck? Come on. Get into it for the X's and O's. Be more like Samson Folk. Come on. Oh, man, what a great day. Oh, it's so funny, crazy. Yeah, so many casuals in there, Andrew. So many casuals. And Bryce was reporting and blocking. Bryce was like, report and block, report and block. He was like, report and block is the best. And then there's some guy trying to be free speech guy, Jordan T. No, he should be able to voice his opinions of racism and idiocy. Man, listen, some people got to understand, you know, hate speech is not free speech. Hello. And if somebody is going into hate speech, don't be fucking standing up for their right and freedom of speech. That just makes you a fucking KKK bigot, motherfucker. So Jordan T, that one's for you, motherfucker, right there. Yeah. And you say Corey Joseph, 6 days. Oh, shit. He just gave me the countdown. 6 more days. Next Sunday, guys. Raptors, Montreal, Washington. Let's go, Grady Dick. Let's go, Scotty Barnes. I know you guys are going to be working hard this week, and I wish you all the best of luck and health and getting strength and ready for this season. Get ready, get better, Jacoby Walter. Yeah. Masai did talk about Bruce Brown and why the surgery happened the way the surgery did. And that he did say that he had a flare up more recently. And that was part of the reason why they did the surgery. Now, that's bad timing. And I'm glad that there wasn't a Koloko question. That would have been ridiculous. People asking Masai about Koloko, it's like, whatever. It's like water on the bridge. It is what it is. It's a finesse by Clutch. It's whatever. In some ways, we've got Shamshay. And that's all we need to say right there. That's right. That's right. Kareem saying, I feel like I lost brain cells in that chat. I'm glad Lex is here to restore whatever I got left. Yeah. That's why I had to turn it off at a certain point. I was like, all right, I'm enjoying this, but it's also distracting me from listening to who I should be listening to instead of reading like this stuff that's making me dumber. Because, yeah, I did feel like that too an extent. And honestly, you guys put a good fight up. In some ways, it's just hard to deal with so much crazy, toxic kind of craziness in there. And yeah, that Jack guy who's Maple Leafs. Yeah, fuck you, Jack. And your dumbass shit. And a Blue Jays fan, I know you're depressed and you're sad because the Blue Jays season's over and this was another lost season. But don't bring that kind of energy to us, motherfucker, is what I'll say. Yeah, you can tell. Like, especially when there's a guy in there negging our team and he's got a Maple Leaf player in his picture. Yeah, nah. And that Nathan guy was with him earlier in the chat when he was talking about Vince. I was like, yeah, you go, Nathan, talk about Vince. But then he started turning on Masai and Darko, and I was like, no, fuck this guy. I was like all about what Nathan was saying at first. And I was like, yeah, what are you saying about Vince? I agree with him. But then when he switched it and he started going after Darko, everybody's going after Darko. Fuck you. Everybody's going after Masai. Fuck you. Everybody's going after Jakob Poeltl. Fuck you. That's what I'll say about that today. Yeah. Oh, man. This is so crazy. All right. Tommy's got who is that? Scotty with the big hair. Wow. Look at the emoticon giant coming through. Once again, Tommy, you get a dunk for that. You get a dunk for putting Scotty with the big hair in the chat icons already. Look at that. Raptors Freak stream is so fun. We got Scotty with the big hair. That's right. 210. 210, Tom Duke. You're at 210, 210 dunks. Holy crap, man. And there's Darko with the red eyes. That's right. Raptor Freak family rules. Tommy, I saw your freak out joke. It was in poor taste. Let's just put it that way. I almost deducted a dunk from you for that freak out joke. That was not good, Tom. Let's see. Kareem saying Tom Duke got the emoticon up. This is why he's the MVP. Yeah, he's got that Scotty with the big hair already. Scotty going Ben Wallace on us. You know, maybe Scotty's like, we can't let Jimmy Butler have all the fun. Because you got to remember, guys, they're taking their pictures today for their pictures for the whole season. So is Scotty's hair gonna be like this the whole season and all the media stuff and everything we see everywhere? Oh man, that'd be awesome. Knowing some places they wouldn't let him have that something so cool, and they'll use an old picture of him. But motherfuckers, use Scotty's big hair picture, please, media. Come on now. Tommy's saying, Kareem, imagine them folks in real life. Sad story. Yeah, it is what it is. You guys did awesome. You guys are positive light in the world of the Raptors fandom, and that's exactly why we made this channel. And you guys did what you're supposed to do in there today. And in some ways, we know Raptors fan nation can be toxic, and some people were trying to say we're the most toxic, but we're not. The Lakers fan nation's the most toxic, and honestly, the Knicks are more toxic than us too. If you really get down to it, they're a much more toxic fan nations in the NBA than the Toronto Raptors one. In some ways, we're badasses. In some ways, we have all diversity of type of fans, but we do have some very diehards like we are in our fandom too. That's right. Isaac's saying, wait, I'm blocked in this chat? Oh, I'm sorry, Isaac. Are you blocked in my chat? Isaac was so funny, making so many jokes in the media day chat. And man, yeah, Isaac, thanks for telling my story to everyone as I was omnipresent and watching like a specter in the wall, not able to talk to you or communicate. I was trying. I was like, I want to talk to them. I want to burn Pensair. I can't. I can't do it. Raptors admin's like, nah, we ain't having this shit today, Raptors Freak. They're like, they did the big no to me. That's kind of an honor on this day. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, getting kicked off a Raptors media day chat by the Raptors admin for calling them out for capitalism is on my bucket list. So thank you, Raptors admin. I want to check that off. I got checked off on my bucket list that I got kicked out of a Raptors media day chat for calling them out, for calling it Raptors Marketing Day. Woo! No, you should be thanking me, Raptors. Seriously, you put that up and left that like that, man. People will be roasting you in the comments if I had it. So I was just first, as they say in comment land. That's right. There you go. There you go. Tommy saying, imagine wondering that constantly. Yeah, Smooth saying gutted with the news in Mutombo. I know, and I hope I did some very, very nice tributes to him already on the stream. And I don't mind talking about him more. I could talk about him a lot. I'm not shallow surface level NBA fan. I know about him. And in some ways, that's why we're doing this, Smooth. We're not going to do a classic card today in honor of Dikembe Mutombo. That's how we'll respect him, because he is a classic card that we would get sometimes, right? Seymour saying that chat room was toxic as F. I had to bounce. Felt like putting hands on people. Not gonna lie. I know. I am shaked. I saw you in there, my guy. Thank you for showing up, man, and coming to the RFF and reacting with us. Let me know what you thought about the chat, or just maybe we should talk about the interviews, guys. But yeah, Seymour, I saw you in there for a brief moment. I saw that. Bryce was awesome. Bryce, you were one of the badasses. You were on the all-star team in there. Seriously. Kareem, those motherfuckers were pissing me off. Yeah, they were, Bryce. I could tell. Good afternoon, Lex and Raptor Freaks. Yeah, Bryce, you're a real one, man. Holding it down in Kentucky, man. Dude, you're so awesome. I cannot lie. You guys made me so happy today. Just seeing you guys fighting the good fight in there with all those negative innies and just standing for our people. Stand in for Masai, stand in for Darko. You guys are awesome. Oh my gosh. You guys really did a good job. Nako saying, Lex, you got banned. Some dude was being pretty disrespectful to Masai coming out and talking about Mutombo. He wasn't banned. Well, I was banned because, and I know about this, Gerald, and it's really because, I'm an admin on a very big Facebook group. And if somebody's talked shit to me, I have the power to ban them if I want to. It's just that. In some ways, I'm not even mad about it. I think it's hilarious. And in some ways, if I had been in the chat, I might have not been as fun for me to watch you guys stand for everything instead of me. And then also, like I said, he who shall not be named showed up. And that could have been an interesting moment if I had actually been able to get on the keyboard. But yeah, no, it's only because I told them they should be fired. I think that was the one that hit them. It's like, whoever named this stream a Raptors Marketing Day needs to be fired, is what I said. So they were like, they changed it, knew I was right, and then they timed me out. I got that Milbester treatment, Nako. That's why right there. Yeah, and you know what? That's awful that they were being so disrespectful about Mutombo in that moment, with that emotional moment with Masai. It just shows that Ruliz is not any kind of Raptors fan. I mean, he's maybe not even a human being, honestly. I think the bot allegations are pretty spot on. And in some ways also, if he is a human being, where's your fucking heart? Seriously, and considering what was happening just now. Seymour saying, long live Mr. Finger Waver Dikembe. Yes, Seymour. Yes, for sure. Tom saying, haha, the Milbester treatment. Yeah, now I know how it feels. Maybe I'll be more nice and not do it to other people now that it's been done to me. But yeah, it's funny. Kareem saying, I think Lex is a local legend for getting banned from the Toronto Raptors media chat. I mean, if you want to purport this, that's fine. I want to build a legacy also. I know about legacies. Raptors is the name in the front of my jersey, motherfucking Vince. But yeah, I want to build that legacy. Tommy said, so that really happened. Yeah, that is what happened, Tom. That's exactly what happened. You think that we are lying here? No, that's part of the reason why we're in trouble sometimes, is because we're telling the truth here. Tommy said, how apropos. Yeah, I think you spelled that right. It's just you got to put the A in front of the propos. Apropos. Yeah, I used that in a tweet towards Josh Lewenberg the other day. I was like, how apropos Vince Carter is telling our Raptors he can help them get to other teams. How apropos. Grady kind of got a question that was kind of a little, I think it was Adam Lascarius or whatever that fuck from Daily Hive is. I think he said, trying to hint on Grady's long-term goals in his NBA career. And Grady didn't take the bait. In some ways, I didn't get any tells from Grady that he's unhappy being in the Raptors long-term. And that's good. That's very, very good. In some ways, he's somebody that I would worry about Vince Carter effect happening to him, as in the bad effect on Raptors players leaving and just fucking doing some bullshit. Yeah. I get the effect that, like, that in some ways, Adam was fishing for that with his question with Grady, and Grady basically didn't take the bait, and he made it very clear he's just focusing on his career. Because, like, even it said like something, oh, you were on your high school team, and then you were on Kansas, and you were on this team. You've changed your teams a lot recently. Okay, big two-finger salute, Adam Lascarius, right here, motherfucker, for carrying on the Vince Carter legacy. That's right. That's right. Let's go. Infamous is saying salute freak first. Rest in peace to Mount Matumbo. Scotty looks less ripped than last year, a bit out of shape. That's not what it looked like to me, Infamous. Oh, good to see my guy Infamous, by the way. You know, listen, Scotty looks strong. He looked very, very strong. I thought all those guys looked strong. The only one who kind of didn't look like he was as strong was Jakob. But in some ways, Jakob needs to be light. In some ways, he needs to be light as a big guy. And he's going to lift and he's going to get stronger as the season goes on. But Yak's arms looked a little smaller. But Grady's obviously looking very, very buff. RJ didn't take no time off this summer. Emmanuel Quickly did look like a little bit bigger. And Scotty is an illusion, is what I'll say to you, Infamous. It's the hair. The hair makes his arms look smaller, but he had them spread also. You got to understand that. And there was some good muscle. And also, you got to remember, when you hang your arms a certain way, the muscle's not going to look as pronounced if you hold your arms a certain way. So in some ways, he didn't have his arms in a way where he was like flexing more. He had them to the side like this. And in some ways, they're not going to look as big. He looked big, trust me. And I love that, like, you know, Samson's coming at them with stuff like, Grady, I was watching and keeping track of all of your shots this summer while you're working out. What the fuck is Samson Folk doing in his life? Hiding in the bushes, watching Grady everywhere where he shoots. I know he's talking about online. I know, but I thought that'd be funny. But yeah, Scotty, same thing. You can watch Scotty in the highlights of this summer and the different places he worked out. And as Scotty said, he loves to play basketball, and he was playing a lot of basketball this summer. And in the highlights we've watched, is some other content makers cover the Raptors have said, Scotty's jump shot's looking different and very nice right now. So in some ways, that may be the area. But, you know, when they asked Scott, what did you work on the most for Goldman in this year? You know what he said? Communication. Yeah, I love that. In some ways, you know, Scotty, when he was a rookie, he came out, he was just a really big, athletic rookie who could do a lot of good things, but he was really just kind of fucking around. He didn't really have any job duties. It's like, just add to everything around you, and the other guys will kind of do the stuff. Then in the last couple years, he's like integrated into plays and being more focal point. But now, with the other guys cleared out from last year and him being the very prominent franchise face, he's talking about communication, and he's talking about talking on the court during the game and being on the same page and working with Quickly as leaders like that. And in some ways, that is going to be so interesting and to see how the synergy and how Scotty, the leader, talking to the other guys gets them organized. Because in some ways, as Jakob put, Scotty sees things that a lot of people don't see. So in some ways, that is how a player like Irvin Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan rubs off on the other players on their team. They help them see things they may not see. So I'm saying there's a lot of different interesting things that if Scotty's going to take over on the court, look out. Look out. Now, there were some questions to Darko about defense, and they even asked Jakob about some of these questions too. And the people in the media day scrum were not understanding is the roster changes this summer, as far as what Bobby Webster and Masai Ujiri did, bringing in like 3 of the most dogged defenders on the ball, on the point of attack in basketball. Let's not even talk about anywhere, because the NBA is the top league in the world. And we know that Davion Mitchell is kind of known for this. From there, we know that Jamal Shead was a defensive player of the year in college, and he's coming in as a rookie, and this is kind of what's in his bag. This may be his badge on NBA 2K. And then we just recently signed Jamias Ramsey, and he's that kind of guy too. And, you know, in some ways, Emmanuel admitted he's more of a shooter kind of guy, but he is really trying to develop his defense, much like his old Knicks teammate, RJ Barrett also. So I think that what they were trying to tell you, media guys, Darko and Jakob, is that these point of attack guys are going to be the linchpin, the start of the whole thing of the defense and the action. that these guys are going to have such a prominent role on our defense that Jakob's the backup, like last line of defense in the paint as the rim protector. But a lot of the defensive lifting may actually be on the shoulders of those guys I just named. So, it's very interesting. There were a lot of things talked about today. And if you're looking between the lines and listening to them, you can catch what they're picking up. Seriously, you got to listen to them. That's right. That's right. Andrew's saying so many negative people in there, man. I know it's crazy. And Tom Duke's saying you rocked, Andrew. Yeah. Name was saying, what, Lex? You got chicken winged out of the live chat? Yeah, it's apropos. It's fine. In some ways, like I said, it's on my bucket list. This is Raptors admin. I'm your friend. I actually helped you when I did that. Seriously, trust me. I helped you when I did that. Kareem saying all the Raptors freaks came in and represent. You guys really did. You guys made me so proud. Name is saying Raptor Freak fam in full force. Yeah, everybody checked in at one point. I saw Cool Cat and Fiercey in there too. I saw Dana come in for a second. There was everybody who checked in at some point. I know not everybody was commenting the whole entire time. Some of y'all were almost. Tommy's got me on blast. There you go. There you go. Smith saying Mutombo gave Hakeem problems, man. Yeah. I mean, those are the two guys I really think about. I know Masai mentioned Manute also in his little speech, but if you're really talking about all-star level kind of game changers, because Mutombo was an all-star and it's very much a multiple defensive player of the year. Yeah, in some ways, I hate to say it, but it's not really Gobert. Because Gobert couldn't probably carry Dikembe's jockstrap. But in some ways, the player that everybody thinks Gobert is right now is who Mutombo was back then. And then he was legitimately that. Legitimately. Yeah. G saying, I was trying to be more peacemaker. I'm trying to be in my Zen year. I like that, G. I fought so much last year and would rather fight Celtics fans. Yeah, in some ways, look, we're going to just have to accept things in life, like the jersey retirement. And in some ways, we got to accept that there's going to be negative ninnies, bots, fake fans, all that kind of stuff. And every little fight isn't worth it. But I'm going to say what y'all were doing in there today was worth it. Now, I'm sure that chat will be washed and never, ever seen again. But for everybody who watched it live and saw the different things being said in there, y'all were fighting the good fight. And that's a big platform to do it. I don't tell y'all, don't go into like the small potato places and fight with Raptors fans and places where nobody's going to see it. Go where it matters. And that's official Raptors admin. But yeah, none of those comments will ever be seen again, thank God. Because they'll cut off the live chat part of it and just show the media day. That'll be much better. Yeah. Paul B's here. Good to see Paul B checking in from this great state of Wisconsin. I hope Paul's doing very well. And yeah, I got to continue to keep going with the Kensington Variety VIP Club project with you, Paul. And I'll let you know the next time I need you to do some more production work for me. But Paul, I wish you all the best on this Monday. I hope you had a great start to your week. I have. This has been fun today. Monique saying that December 5th game is going to be way different Giants of Africa night. This will be interesting. I mean, I think it would be very classy and very, very cool if we could incorporate the memory of Mutombo in the Giants of Africa game this year. I think that may be very smart in some ways, because in some ways we're honoring a lot of different things this season. Well, why not honor great Mutombo? Even if he didn't play for the Raptors, he has a very strong connection to that program that Masai runs. And for him to be honored at it, it makes total sense. So I would love to see that, Mo. That's a great suggestion. They should do that. Cool Cat saying, good day, Raptor Freak crew. I thought you were starting at 1:30. Another presser where Masai broke down in tears. Heartbroken for him and the African continent. Yeah, sorry, Cool Cat. I just wanted to get the jump on it. I heard he who shall not be named say he's going to be live at 2. So it's like, yeah, Raptor Freak going to get on before him. Yeah, and it ended at a good time. So basically it ended, and then I ran inside. I put some buffalo wings in the microwave and heated them up real quick. I puffed real quick, ate my wings, and ran back in here and set the stream up as soon as I could, because I didn't want to take too much time off and go right into the stream for today. Yeah, that's, you know what, Masai's just a real one. And like he said the other day, he really values authenticity in people. And you know what? He's got to be the same thing himself, because that you know what? I'm the same way as you, Masai. that, yeah, I have no problem with what happened there. It's just maybe if he was willing to do it and he wanted to do it, that's great. But if they made him, like, they kind of pressed him to do it, I don't know. Somebody said it in the chat, and then it happened all of a sudden. It was kind of weird. It was kind of like somebody in the chat said Masai should come back up and talk about Dikembe, and then he did. So it's like, man, they do listen to fans, like almost in real time. Seriously. But I mean, as long as Masai was okay with going up there and showing his emotions about it, then there's nothing wrong with it. But in some ways, you don't want to be exploitive too of like somebody's pain in those kind of ways either too. But yeah, it's a tough situation, Cool Cat. It's a sad day for the NBA. It is definitely a sad day for the NBA. Seymour saying Abdul Rauf was my favorite Nugget and Rodney Rogers. Yeah, what about LaFonso Ellis or Bryant Stith? Yeah, let's drop some old classic Nugget names right now that we're playing with Mutombo from back in the day. Yeah, that jersey I kind of like that black jersey. Not black, it was like dark blue, and it was like kind of gold and copper, kind of like, or burgundy. You know, the Nuggets jerseys that Mutombo's most closely associated with. That was a pretty nice look, and that was really, in some ways, that was his biggest moment in his career. That game against the Sonics where they beat Kemp and Peyton. That was just such it's a classic game, honestly, in the NBA history. It's a classic game that deserves to be on hardwood classics forever into eternity. That's right. Yeah. Abdur Rauf, Mahmoud Abdur Rauf. He's a cool guy. I like him in a lot of different ways. Infamous is saying Mutombo humanitarian's work speaks volumes. People really need to look into it. He's done so much for Africa. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Manute was the same way too. In fact, that's why he was destitute when he died. He had given almost all of his money back to the economy of Africa to help it out. And yeah, Mutombo very much in the same kind of action for sure. For sure. Let's see. G saying rest in peace, Mutombo. Masai was deeply hurt. I mean, this makes total sense. I mean, it's not like Masai just kind of knew him as an acquaintance. He worked with him, and he's known him for decades. You know, long time. You know, we got to remember Masai has very strong ties to the Nuggets organization from working there himself as a GM, and Mutombo's definitely a big part of the Nuggets nation for his contributions as a player. So yeah, Seymour saying, how did he pass? They said he died of brain cancer. Sadly, Seymour at 56. Yeah, it's sad. Cool Cat saying Kobe worked out with Mutombo to learn footwork skills. That says a lot right there. I mean, you know, he's so long and gangly. He did have very good footwork. But it's very interesting that Kobe would do that because most often, you know, a big like Mutombo's size is not the most graceful person to learn footwork from. So maybe Mutombo was also like an honorary instructor at the Pete Newell Big Man Camp. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, rest in peace, Mutombo. It sucks. It's sad. Let's see. Smooth saying only 58 brain cancer. Yeah, it's sad. Kareem saying Masai just proved to me that he is the only one for the job in Toronto. Hate it or love it. I hope that guy stays for the rest of his life. Yeah, he's just a real one, man. That's what I'm saying. I go in there and I'm like, you know, real one detector or bullshit detector. I have a little bit of that in me. And watching for tells and the way people say things and they word the way they word things, like when Nick Nurse put going on vacation before the playing game. Yeah, I caught that. And it was a tell that he had quit on us. Well, in some ways, I was watching for tells today, and that whole entire contingent of Raptors people that came out there was no bullshit detected. Very, very real, authentic, and on the point, and very much in the right direction altogether, going in the right way. And that's awesome. My bullshit detector went off the charts last Friday when I heard Vince Carter on the mic a couple times. All over the place on there. Yeah, all over the place on there. Let's see. Mo Sam, before I was going to come on, I was going to do my write-up. Well, I know, Mo, you're probably very busy like me today. I mean, this is a full day right now of, you know, we were watching that, and now you guys are hanging out with me for a couple hours. I will only do 2 hours, guys. I don't want to go over 2 hours. But yeah, well, it's just a busy day. We know how it is. First day of school. Like Emmanuel quickly was brought up on the questions. It was hilarious. He had both questions, and Eric Kareem pressed him to answer the real answer. But and then Emmanuel quickly said, well, my mother's a teacher, and I'm not going to elaborate on this. Well, we know what he's talking about. The first day of school, you don't get anything done, and everybody's just happy to see each other, and they goof off a lot, goof off a lot. Yeah, media day can be like that because there's pictures. You're supposed to be having fun, the vibes. You're supposed to be building the good vibes. And then somebody's having fun, is good vibes. So it's first day of school. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. Yeah, let's have fun. That's right. Damn, yo, damn. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Fiercely saying good afternoon, fam, and happy media day. It was hard to read the stupid comments from the fans. Yeah, I mean, once again, I don't want you to think that those people are the fans because some of them are bots. Some of them are people that are haters for different places, maybe whether it's hockey people in Toronto, whether it's Boston Celtics fans just checking on us. There were Knicks fans in our chat for a little bit, if you didn't notice. When Emmanuel was around, there were people in there very happy to see Emmanuel. And Knicks Nation was showing up for a little bit in there. So, we can't just say that that's a purely diluted Raptor Freak family kind of positive Raptors, pro Raptors a stream like ours. There's going to be all kinds of weird, nefarious forces coming in. And that's just how it is. Salute to Eye Candy from Seymour and Most saying Scotty with the Ben Wallace look. That is kind of a statement there also. I'm not going to lie. Seriously. Scotty could be like Ben Wallace. He's very much kind of the same size as him. And, he's not a bad person to watch, Scott. Honestly, if you want to watch somebody for defensive stuff, you could watch worse players than Ben Wallace. So, maybe that is a little bit of a preview what's to come. When he says he worked on communication, some people may think that Scotty's coming back to be like the leading scorer for our team and just dominate in scoring. No. It's where he's going to dominate through good plays. And those good plays may be an assist, they may be a steal, they may be a block, they may be a key rebound. So let's not get it twisted. Scotty is not the normal kind of player that everybody loves, like Jason Tatum, that's just like a scorer, this or that bullshit. No, Scotty's an all-around player. And in some ways, he'll affect the game in ways like Irvin Johnson did that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with him scoring 50 himself. In some ways, once again, buckle in to see one of those former Knicks be the leading scorer for our team. Probably RJ. Could be IQ, though. And Scotty being a facilitator and also doing stuff like Ben Wallace would. Maybe he will have a big focus on team defense communication and being that hub, that guy who's kind of there cleaning up anything and stopping stuff. He's an elite level defensive player. And in some ways, the Ben Wallace hair, just like looking at the cover of the book of the chapter, the season's coming up. Oh, he's got Ben Wallace hair. I wonder if that will be a harbinger to a new defensive energy from Scotty this season. It could very well be. I could see that, seriously. Imba saying Quickly looked ripped. Yeah, Quickly's ready. He's focused. He's locked in. This is the thing. It's not like these guys took a summer off at all. That's the thing. Back in the day in the NBA, people would be like Lowry, and they'd have a butt they'd have to work off. No, these guys are all in tip-top shape, and we know it because we've seen them. I think this is just the way the NBA is now, to be absolutely competitive. Maybe because they're soft in different ways and they're not trying as hard in the modern-day NBA that they can afford to make it a 365-day season where they have no off season. You're constantly working out. You're not taking any time off. Siakam's in Greece. Okay. But I'll bet you he's going to a gym in the morning still, even if he's in Greece. It's that kind of stuff, man. I'm telling you, it's a new kind of NBA for that. I'm telling you. Yeah. Tom's saying nameless is mum. All right, let's, you know what? I'm kind of half-assing it today. I apologize, guys. Leo Routen's life tips for this morning is this week is your time to trust your intuition. Notice the blessings around you, like getting banned from the Raptor Freak media today, from the Raptors media today. Do whatever it takes to grow. Okay, well, I want to get to 1,000. That's not a real high number by the season. We'll see. Document your progress. YouTube does that for me. And then shine, regardless of what others say. That's right. I don't care. The haters are going to hate. And the Raptors and the Raptor Freak family, we're going to keep going, and we're going towards that positive, great outcomes coming up for our team in the city of Toronto. That's right. Let's go. Thank God, man. That's right. Nameless. That's right. Let's go. Smooth saying Mutombo was beautiful soul. I just can't believe it. Yeah, he was such a gregarious person, and in some ways, a very, very intelligent person, a very learned person. In some ways, I would call him a modern Renaissance man. Much like Serge Ibaka has very different interests in all kinds of things and different things. Mutombo was like that also. I just say that. Yeah. Monique saying that Grady took a picture in an egg. All right, let me go look at some of this social media right now. We'll go with the Instagram stories first. Now, I have not watched these before I watch them. So I'm watching this blind for the first time. So I may not know exactly what is going on. So we'll just have to see. First of all, we got Chris Boucher 2 hours ago recognizing the passing of Dikembe Mutombo. Very, very sad. There's Grady in the egg, just like Monique said, and it says hatched. And there's a purple motif on it, and you can tell Grady's wearing the purple front black back in the thing. Y'all were funny when you were talking about RJ wearing the armband in the training camp. Like he's ready to play from there. You guys got to realize when they're doing this, they're going in there to take media day pictures, and RJ wearing the arm sleeve is an important part of it. Now, Scotty wearing the wristband was very interesting. Is Scotty going to be wearing that wristband this season? That'd be a good little look there. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's see what else Grady's got in there. There's a funny picture of him and IQ doing Step Brothers. That's so funny. They're doing the Step Brothers pose. Grady and IQ. It's so fun. I mean, you can tell these guys actually do really like each other a lot. And RJ telling the story about Darko getting on Grady about his hair. Seriously, Grady, cut your hair. Because in some ways, I was worried about Gary with his little flip over his eyes with shooting wrong. You got to cut your hair so your eyes can see the basket. So don't be playing no Shaggy from Scooby-Doo with your hair if it's going to mess up your shooting percentage. We ain't having that. So cut your hair. Get him a haircut. RJ, find out where you can get his haircut. Seriously. Deep in thought. There you go. He's getting the questions from the lady from Sportsnet. They do the fun little interviews. It'll be like Kayla Gray asking interesting stuff, and different people in the Raptors media are doing the fun little interviews or on the outside. So there'll be a lot of fun Raptors content coming out soon. Shamshay has got somebody on blast. Who is that? Dion Nessa? I'm not sure who that is. Shamshay is not showing anything about a media day yet. Lloyd's listening to DNM. Let's see. Battle is celebrating the Vikings win over the Packers yesterday, 31-29. So Jamison Battle, very proud of the Minnesota Vikings. Kelly Olynyk has got a kids team clinic, beast mode, and it's a championships. Very proud of these boys. Good stuff. First tournament for them, and they won. So Kelly Olynyk's got a youth team that did very well recently. Let's see. I got to keep going. Who else do I have on here? There's Norman, got a youth league going too. There's Yuta. He's back in Japan. He's not playing the NBA this season. Pascal's in a reflection in the window, taking pictures, artsy pictures from Pascal is what's going on right now. This part, there he is recognizing Dikembe right there. So he has a nice post from Mutombo himself. Pascal recognizing the great legend. Jacoby Walter at Media Day. There he is with the ball, wearing his number 14 jersey. He's looking all ready to go. Wubs. Good to see Wubs there. And then he's got some kids shooting shots at KU. Or something. Yeah, okay. He's celebrating some kid at KU. There's Shed watching the football yesterday. And I think that is, what game is that? That's the Chiefs game. Let's see, 9:05, the Raptors at Media Day. That's the Raptor. And he's coming in to take a picture with himself. 30 years for you, Raptor. We're going to celebrate you very soon on this channel because you deserve it. Let's go to Raptors Official Admin. They didn't ban me on Instagram, thank God. First, we got them showing a clip of Vince Carter talking about, you know what? All right, I want to say this, Raptors Admin. You posted a clip of Vince Carter from Dixon Court 2003, and Vince literally says this, and this is so dumb. He literally says, I didn't build this court to find the next NBA player or anything like that. And like, you're an idiot, Vince. You actually said that in this clip that they show, and you literally did like have the Eric Carter effect to get NBA players coming like SGA, Jamal Murray, RJ Barrett, Kelly Olynyk, people like that. And you're in the clip dedicating the Dixon court. You're actually saying we don't expect to build this court and get any NBA players from it. He literally said that at the dedication of the 2003 Dixon court. It's so ridiculous, man. Vince is so full of it, man. All right, let's go. There's Bruce Brown with the Jakob and say, we're back, baby. And Bruce, get healthy, man. Are you walking on anything? Who do you want to see at the media day is what Raptors admin's asking. What do they say? Oh, there's Scotty with the poofy hair. Scotty Wallace walking in. When's the baby due, Scott? Oshai, Abaji, there he is with a big smile. Come on, Oshai. This is a big year for you. This is a kind of a make or break year for you, my guy. You got to do something, show some progress in your NBA career. I'm rooting for you, my guy. Good defense and some acrobatic dunks. It'll get you there. Davion Mitchell getting asked some questions on Raptors TikTok about some cars or something like that. I don't know what's going on here. I can't hear him. Keep driving without a collision. So, yeah, he's playing TikTok games with Raptors admin. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. There's Mobo. Jonathan Mobo in the fisheye lens, looking suspect at the Raptors admin cameraman. And there's Jacoby Walter doing his stomp like a raptor. Let me see. Who else do I got in here? Is there anybody else in the Raptors that I should cover right now that's in my Facebook or my Instagram stories? Because I didn't get it set up. They're not in order. So I'm kind of I'm scrolling through just really quick. I don't think I do have anybody else, guys. So there's your Instagram stories. Media Day is in full effect, guys. All kinds of great content's coming out. Oh, yeah. Raptors are also, like Isaac kept saying in the chat, it's a National Day of Truth and Reconciliation. Yeah, that's great. I'm really glad that the Raptors recognize this and they celebrate this and put this on blast when they're there. And wow, there's a really great picture of all of them together at the OVO Center. And this is not today, I can tell. This is from a couple days ago. But we see Kelly, IQ, Scotty, Brendan Carlson, Ulrich, RJ looking ripped. There's Quincy Guerriere. There's Jamison Battle, I believe, in the back. And there's DJ Carton. And I'm not sure who that is behind Darko. But yeah, that's cool to see all the Raptors hanging out. Oh, there's the picture extends. There's Jamison Battle. That's Dylan Disu in the back there. And then there's Jamias. There's Mobo looking really tall. Jacoby, Davion, Jamal, Grady. There's Garrett Temple. There's Bruno Fernando. And there is Ochai Agbaji. Is that 21 players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, there's Chris. I do see Chris. He's hidden behind one of the players in the middle too. Yeah, so they had somebody come and talk to them about in this day of reconciliation. Larry Salt, the Grand Chief of the Mississaugas of the Credit. And that's good. I'm glad that they can ground these guys and understand this. I mean, sometimes maybe the Raptors are like, why do they do this land dedication here in Canada? We don't do this in the States. Well, this is the way we educate and we get the truth out there, is by educating people in all levels. And the Raptors understanding why we do the thing we do before every game is important. And I love that they did this, because some of these young guys that are on our team may have not understood or know about this kind of stuff. And that, it's very important to educate. And these guys are leaders. And in some ways, if you educate these kind of guys, they can be leaders and go off and do stuff like a guy like Mutombo did with his life and understanding and the knowledge of these kind of social issues. So, man, I really commend the Raptors for being like that and doing what they do. That's right. That's right. All right. There's so many tributes to Dikembe on here on Instagram. I can see. I'm gonna move away from the Instagram now. But yeah, amazing stuff. That's right. Cool Cat saying Raptors rebuilding with fundamentals at the core. I get that from Masai, and Coach Darko said no skipping steps. Yep, it's echoed with Emmanuel Quickly and all kinds of different people. I mean, the dedication of the Raptors to do what they did this summer shows the professionalism and that they are locked in. And like Jakob said, listen, success is not just competing for a championship. Success is building. Success is, building something together and seeing better and better outcomes over time. And that's what Jakob is concentrating on. And a lot of the Raptors are locked in and they feel the same way. Scotty said very much is like, you know what? There's going to be times it's going to be tough. Of course, we want to get out there and win, but we're going to lose sometimes. And it's going to be, we can't let ourselves get frustrated. That's what Scotty said. In some ways, he understands the gig. He's not going to be upset in some ways, like if we're not absolutely knock it out of the park successful right away, like some dumb Raptors fans. He understands that this may take some time. And because he's wise like this, hopefully he'll give it the proper time and respect, and we will get there eventually. Because sometimes that's the problem. We're getting there, and then all of a sudden gets impatient and somebody leaves. And then that's a problem. But that's the thing. You got to let the barbecue slow roast and cook. And that's what is going to happen. It's going to taste so good. That's right. Nameless saying, I was most impressed with IQ and Barnes, two pillars of leadership for many years to come. Yeah, they were great. They were really, really great. And Scotty is so mature. Some of the people in chat were trying to say that IQ is the real leader. These are people that are trying to pull shit apart. Emmanuel is a fantastic leader. And don't get it twisted. He will be one of the main leaders of this team. But Scotty Barnes is the main leader. And Scotty is mature enough to do this. In fact, Scotty is a way different person than he was at last media day right now. And when he was at last media day last year, he was a way different person from the media day before. And the one before that, fresh-faced rookie who had not even played in the NBA yet. So let's not get this twisted. Scotty is leveled up. Not only as a player on the court, but as a mature man. And him having a baby soon is probably going to level him up some more. I'm telling you right now. So I'm very impressed with Scott. He's carrying himself in a very, very mature way for his age. And he was so well spoken today. Scotty, you're amazing, man. You're doing a really good job. And of course, he who shall not be named is in there, just kissing Scott's ass left and right. Like, oh my gosh. And in some ways, I get it. Scotty is pretty fantastic, but man, you are such a kiss ass. He who shall not be named. Just so you know. So such a kiss ass. I did like that Hair Canada comment, Isaac, and you got a dunk for it. Just so you know, there was a Hair Canada dunk because I saw you say that about Scott when he came out with the hair, and I was like, yeah, Hair Canada. That's pretty good. That was pretty good. You got a dunk. That's right. Name was saying it was interesting when Scotty said Temple had a significant influence on his career. It's fantastic. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. Garrett Temple is somebody who is helping the Raptors on many, many levels right now. And in some ways, him being the vet for Scott like this is really, really good because Garrett is that kind of guy that's going to set up Scott for success. Trust me. He is such a wealth of knowledge from playing on so many different teams over his 18 years in the league. This will be his 18th season, guys. And that's a very, very huge accomplishment right there. Yeah. Yeah. Name was saying, just wait another 5 years when Scotty is overwhelmingly imposing. Yeah. These guys are all very young. This is what we have to remember once again. These guys are all very young. And, Grady's only 20. RJ is actually only 24, Kelly. Kelly said he's 25. I mean, I get it. RJ Barrett acts older than he is, so I can understand why you thought he was 25. But yeah, it's very, very, very promising future for the Raptors with the very good young talent that can get better and better right now. Yeah. Seymour saying, so Lex, Bruce Brown can't be traded because of his injury. No, he can be traded, but it's like his trade stock is not as good. It's almost better for trading him if he's playing really good. Like if he comes back, he's healthy, and he's playing at a high level, we could get more for him is kind of the thing we're thinking about. That, yeah, Neil's here. Good to see Blackhawk. Rest in peace to Kembe. Saw you in the chat also, Neil. Yeah, very, very sad day for the NBA in general. But for me, happy about Media Day going really well today. Neil saying, I like that Darko is going to focus on preparation and making systems. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about this. And that's why I love this intelligent crew that we have of players, that they're very nuts and bolts. They're very basketball philosophy. They're very like, we're here to be utilized by the coach and the vision that he wants. And we're going to do what he wants. RJ and Grady both saying that in this. And RJ even let it be known is like, when I showed up, I was half-assing the whole last part of the season. And look at what RJ did. Seriously. Like RJ said, I didn't really like fit in or understand the plays in the second half of the season. It was so chaotic. And look at what he did. Like his numbers went up from the Knicks still. So just imagine RJ coming in, like he said, from the start of the season with the system in mind and working from that point instead of just coming in and being thrown into the mix and everything being so chaotic and him still thriving and having career numbers for the Raptors in half a season. We can only imagine what RJ Barrett will do with his focus and the system's understanding instead of him just half-ass doing what he's doing out there and going to the basket. I'm telling you, there's an upgrade just from that. I mean, look at what he did. He's half-assing. He's like, he didn't even know the plays, and he was so amazing for the Raptors as soon as he got traded. It's a crazy, crazy thing, man. It's a crazy thing. G saying, I still can't believe you got banned. Yeah, I can. I was out of pocket. You know what? I probably would have been fine if I had said they should be fired. That is probably what got it. And I can understand why. Raptors admin, if you are watching me, I apologize for saying that. It's just that I am offended by your overt capitalism. Raptors Marketing Day? This is not a seminar at the Ramada near Pearson. Nah, dog. Come on now. Why are you putting in Raptors Marketing Day? No. Did you think that some other people in another department of MLSE were coming to speak today? No, this is Raptors Media Day, and the players are talking. And if they're talking about marketing, it's just going to turn me off. I'm like, whoa, what was this? Marketing Day, Raptors Marketing Day. That's why I got banned right there. That's right. Dunk for G. Mig. Yeah, I saw y'all in there doing that. Isaac, you guys were awesome. Yeah, I'm going to give G a dunk because G was holding it down with the positivity for sure. I'm going to give you a 10-pointer, man. You got that Yore Mirazan 77, my guy. You got that Yore Mirazan. That's right. Tom Duke said, I thought that was a joke when someone said that happened and how. No, that is the absolute truth, Tom. I got in the chat first thing, and the only person that was there with me was Amit. And Amit was like, yo. And I said, yo, Amit, what's up? Raptor Freak Trivia Champion. And then I said what I said because I saw the title of the stream. And Raptors admin didn't like that. And they timed me out. They didn't ban me. They did what I do to Melbester. They said, you're timed out. They may have timed me out for 24 hours or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. Bryce has got the big hair Scott on blast. That's awesome, man. Yeah, Blackhawk saying it's media day, not grievances day. I know. All these casuals coming in there and saying their opinions on different things. Oh, my gosh. Just listen to them talk and get inspired. And let's go for it, Raptors. That's what I'm saying right there. That's right. Andrew's got the big-haired Scott on there. I love it. I love it. I love that, Tom. You did such a good job getting that so quick. Nameless saying, I was loving Darko's fine Italian suit. Yeah, it was right, wasn't it? That was looking good. Vince, you need to learn something from him. You maybe needs to show up in something like that for your retirement jersey because you can't be showing up like you did at the park last week. Seriously, everybody judge you for that. And you're getting roasted for what you wore to the park last week. Seriously, and rightfully so. And Darko's showing him how to do it today. That's for sure. Yeah, that's a few racks for sure. 5 to 10 easy. Darko dressed nicer than Vince for a media day and his own retirement announcement. That's right. That's right. Just it's like minds think alike, Nameless. That's right. That's right. And I love you guys standing for Jakob like y'all did. You guys did a really good job. Really, really good job. Seymour's got the big hair Scott on there. He's saying Brandon Ingram permed his hair. Man looks like an 80s pimp. Laugh out loud. No, we don't want him. Well, listen, everybody was making allegations about RJ and Osmos and a little before he came out. Listen, guys, RJ's just one of those guys who has a little bit of a sleepy face. And there's nothing wrong with that. In some ways, just let him have a sleepy face. And whatever. We know Brandon Ingram, though. Yeah. Yeah. We can tell. Those eyes are too bloodshot. We just know. In some ways, somebody in the chat was saying, why is it always black players are getting allegations about weed smoking? Well, that's not always true. Do you know about the Birdman? Do you know about the Birdman is what I would ask that person that was saying it. But it is true. In some ways, it is racialized sometimes. But, you know, some people just have a natural look that looks sleepy and maybe looks like they were a little blunted. And unfortunately, RJ does have that look sometimes. But I thought that was kind of out of pocket. I mean, in the great tradition of Eric Floyd, some people just look sleepy. That's just how it is, you know. Kenne's here. Good to see Kenne, original Raptor Freak, right from the start. IQ and Barnes have the chemistry. I think they do. I saw tells when they're talking about it. And, of course, you know, it was a shocker to hear that IQ's been kicked off We the North 2K. I was like, what? It's like there's so many interesting little things that were told at the media day today. And in some ways, this may have gone past people. But apparently, IQ is not on We the North 2K anymore because he was a ball hog, is what they're saying. I watched him. He did kind of hold the ball every single time down the court. But you got to understand, you've got Emmanuel Quickley playing on your team. He's a marquee NBA player. And who the fuck are the rest of y'all? You'd be getting more known if you let Emmanuel cook. But no, in some ways, he's too selfish. He's using the ball too much. Oh, man. They really dropped the ball on that We the North 2K. He and IQ called him out on it. His interview. I couldn't believe that. First of all, I didn't know that he had been kicked off that team. So that was very surprising to me. Very, very surprising to me on that one. Yeah, very, very surprising. So good to see Kenne in here, man. So good to see him. Andrew saying Grady looking bigger. Yeah, his arms look bigger. And man, Grady's awesome. I'm really excited to see the growth of how he does this year because I think that he's going to be a much more dynamic player. He is definitely way more than just a shooter. He's a cutter. He's going to have some interesting, scrappy, opportunistic defense stuff too. You know, in some ways, Grady, if he really works on his defensive timing and instincts and gets really good at gambling and trying to do stuff, he could be a little bit like Caruso. Like, seriously, I'm serious. Like, he could be kind of like a little bit known on the defensive side for really gutsy defensive kind of plays. The way he goes after the ball and falls all over the place, it kind of is portending that he will be like one of these crazy, like old school Kurt Rambis, I'm sacrificing my body to go get a defensive play kind of thing. So that's an interesting aspect about Grady is sure, he's an offensive weapon. He's a sure shot. But there are developments on the defensive side of the ball that could be very interesting with Grady, just so you know. Just so you know. Yeah. Trevor's saying not everyone will see tomorrow, but not everyone is given a chance to grow old. So always thank God for every single day of your life and every blessing he places in front of you every day. Man, great words of wisdom from Trevor J on the day that we found out that Dikembe Mutombo has passed away. Man, yeah, that is hitting hard right there, Trevor. Seriously. Cool Cat saying, Lex, I love the flex. We need rebuilding price pieces for the season. Yeah. And Scotty looks the same with his build, a balance between adding more bulk and twitch speed. Need that balance. No, Scotty looks great. He looked impressive. Like I described him in the title of this, he looks like a monster. He looks like a monster. He came out and walked out, and I'm like, who is this crazy looking, lumbering, monstrous man? And yeah, and I loved how Jakob and Kelly went down the middle. That's so funny. They were coming from the picture side of things. They were probably in the middle of getting their media day pictures done, and they came from where the studio was, where they're taking the pictures, and walked right up through reporter row, which was hilarious. That's so funny to see Jakob straight down the middle, Fluterhosen. Yeah, I want to see some more of that this year, where he just goes right down the middle and does his little Jakob layups, like coming down the lane. Nobody's gonna get in his way. Go right down the middle, Jakob, and come right back the other way. That's right. Salute to Trevor J from Seymour. I love that. I love that. Isaac's got Messiah on blast. Infamous is saying Scotty has his hair like that because he's having it redone. You have to have it blown out to encourage regrowth and less damage. Yeah, I remember this from before with Boucher. Boucher had his hair kind of like that at one point, and you guys were educating me on, this is a part of a process to get the hair to the next stage. Well, is this on purpose? Because he is going to be taking a picture today that's supposedly going to be on his basketball card for the NBA and all the official NBA places. This is the day when Jimmy Butler went emo. And in some ways, Scotty Barnes showing up with big Ben Wallace hair, is that what was going to be on all the media stuff for this season? That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering, because he doesn't have it completely braided up right now, does he? No. So that's not going to be the picture that's taken today. Unless they were doing it right after he did his interview. Maybe he came out and he says that he did it with the hair out. And then as soon as he got done with his press media day interview, he walked off and somebody's twisting his hair up really fast. And then he's going to go do the other pictures. I don't know. Yeah. Isaac's saying best marketing day ever. Yeah, that's funny, Isaac. That is really funny. I said that earlier. Raptor Street 1, capitalism 0. That was so good. Isaac, seriously, I gave you so many dunks today already. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm going to give you another one right now because that's funny what you just said. But you need to know you're at 175, my guy. You like jumped up like 40 dunks just during that media day just because of what you're doing in there, man. I'm Shake saying I could still see us being a top 12 team this year. Like overall in the league. You're not talking about in the East. Yeah. If we're healthy. Yeah, I could see that. I'm Shaked. I could. I mean, you guys were talking about it a little bit in the chat, and we talked about it a lot in this chat in the last few weeks, that in the hierarchy of the East, there's some really weak teams, and we should clear them easily. But then after those weak teams, there are teams like the Hawks that are suspect, and there's no telling where they're actually going to be. And you guys were even saying some things about Magic, Well, we'll have to see. In some ways, the other factor that's involved in all this, and knock on wood for good luck for us, is injuries. And the injuries strike different teams around the league, and it'll have different impacts in wins and losses in certain ways. So who knows? There could be a top team that is not as top because of what I just talked about. So we'll have to see how it all shakes out. I am shaked. Yeah, so that actually was a pretty good wordplay on that one right there, wasn't it? Kaz is saying hi, waving to us from the road. Give me the big beep, beep, burp, burp, burp. Kaz, Raptor Free Kaz, always good to see you. Calma Crazy saying no swearing Mondays. Yeah, I was muted, but yeah, for not for swearing though. Bryce is saying if I can get the G League YouTube chats, it'll be so much fun. Yeah, that's kind of like what it was like a little bit, but it's not as like hectic and crazy. It's not as many people. Obviously, like I actually checked in the middle of media days because we're not the only ones doing media day today. We had 2,000 people at the peak right around when Scott was speaking, watching our media day live on YouTube. I went and looked, and on YouTube, they had the Orlando Magic media day, and there's 300 people watching their media day. We had 2,000 in our peak. So yeah, Bryce, I'll say this. The G League, we're going to have about 100 people in there watching. So it's not going to be as crazy. And they're the real diehards like us. And it's a lot more fun. It's a little bit more in house and a lot less toxic. So you'll have fun in there, Bryce. I hope you can be in there with us too. And it won't be a regional difference just because you're in the States. Dap to David. David, we're not going to do a classic card today in honor of Dikembe Mutombo because of his passing. We're going to fall silent and not do a classic card in his honor just because we want to recognize his passing as a classic player in the league. So that's what we're doing. Derps is here. Good to see Derps. Is he a 6'11" now or is he trolling? You mean Scotty? No, he said that. He's not trolling. It's just that nobody official is going to put that out there because it's not good press for what the media narrative the NBA wants. So yeah, he said it on his stream like a month and a half ago. He went on Twitch and somebody asked him, "How tall are you now, Scott?" And he said 6'11". He said it himself. So, and I believe him. I mean, we've seen him standing next to people like Koloko and Durant, and those guys are right around the same height as him. We know Koloko's a legit 7-footer, and Scotty, next to Durant looks about the same height. And we know Durant's really close to being 7 foot. So 6'11" is not a stretch for Scott. All those old media guys that say 6'7", yeah, that's a joke. That is a joke. He's at least 6'9", if not legitimately 6'11", like we're saying. So yeah, let's see. Trevor's saying IQ said Scotty banned him. No, it wasn't Scotty that banned him. It was the 2K people that banned him. That's the We the North 2K people. Yeah, and Scotty's not gonna play him. The one team that Scotty plays for is not good enough. In some ways, I don't know what's gonna happen with IQ. Maybe he should come play with Scotty's team now, since We the North 2K doesn't have him anymore. So let me see what else is going on real quick before I end the chat today. Very fantastic to see the love and stuff that you guys did in that chat today was amazing. So much good stuff. There is no birthday today. If you guys have any more comments about the media day and what was said, I can go a little bit more over each person, but it seems that I'm at the end of the chat and I'm not going to do any more cards. So maybe I'll wrap it up in an hour and a half. So once again, let me recap. Masai Ujiri came out. He saw some of the most pointed questions out of anybody today, and he handled them very gracefully. Of course, he was asked about the changes in the ownership with MLSE, and he made it very clear that Masai doesn't have enemies. He works well with everybody, and everybody is working well with him, and they respect him, and that things have gone very well with Keith Pelly so far since he's taken over, and as they went well with the people before, and that the things about him and Ed Rogers are overblown. And that in some ways, people worrying about Ed Rogers coming after Masai, it's over. Just like Vince said back in the day, it's over. He's fine. In some ways, what is going to happen with Masai Ujiri is to be determined, but he is still under contract. And as far as what Masai said, is that his contract's nowhere near up. So we're good. We're good for a while. He has time to do some amazing things with our team and as the leader of our team, Masai Ujiri, to make us look good and to ingratiate himself in certain ways so that he can stay even longer than the contract he's currently on. So we'll see. Let's not write the history for the future now. Let's see what happens because there's potential in all kinds of ways. And sometimes we railroad ourselves into bad situations unnecessarily that didn't have to happen because we had negative thoughts. So let's keep it positive and let's wish for the best. And let's really, really hope that Ujiri can stick around our team forever, as long as possible. Yeah, and Darko was amazing. Darko was sharp. Darko's very focused. Darko's doing his job. And that's keeping the team unified and having a direction to go towards. And once again, that was one of the biggest accomplishments that Rajakovic had last season, was steering the ship for the team through a tumultuous, chaotic year of a lot of upheaval and change. And the fact that we were in better shape with chemistry and team feelings in general at the end of the season, after not a very good season, a disappointing season for sure, than we did at the beginning of the season is very telling. Is a very, very telling, awesome thing. The chemistry and the gelling of the team. It's not that the guys that got traded or anything were bad. It's just that the time had come and that the vibes weren't right. The vibes are right now. And Darko's the steward of that ship that keeps the vibes right. And I'm proud of you, man. And you did look sharp, sharp, sharp. That's right. Scotty, you're awesome. Scotty, you love basketball. And it's apparent. And you know what? I'm so excited to see how your work this summer translates this year. If it's anything like last year, you're going to have a huge jump and eyes are going to be on you. and they're going to be seeing, wow, this guy is not just an all-star. He needs to be in consideration to be in the talk of one of the top 15 players in the league. And I think that's very reasonable this year. I think that some people may say, you're crazy, Scott. Scotty's not going to be that good. Top 15? No, he could be. And people are kidding themselves, especially Raptors fans that don't think that that can happen. You're really kidding yourself. I can understand other NBA people because the media doesn't treat us right down south. But he's going to be becoming less and less a secret. And he may be more and more on put on blast like Vince Carter was back in the day, because he's just like that. So I'm excited for it, Scott. You put in that work, show it off. And in some ways, he answered it all right. He said, look, the winning will bring all the individual accolades. In some ways, it's like, look, he has it all. His head's on the right shoulders. He's got a right head on his shoulders. He knows the priorities. He knows the mission. He knows what's important. He knows what is the thing to get to the next thing. And that is, you take care of things in the winning way, and the team wins, and the individual accolades come after that. And that's what he's looking at. Because they asked him, and he's like, what are you trying to do? You got an all-star now. Last year, you were rookie of the year. What is your achievement you want to get this year? And he said, you know what? I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just going out there to do what I do. And if I do my job right and we win, I'll get what I get. And that's a beautiful attitude, and it's the exact right one, Scott. Immanuel Quickley, you're fun, man. And honestly, when they asked you about bonding with Toronto and the players and the city, yeah, I can tell it's genuine. There's no facetiousness or dishonesty with Immanuel Quickley. It's just not his DNA. It's not the way his mom raised him. So he said straight. And you know what? He's right. It's just going to get him one of the best opportunities ever in his life handed to him this summer with that extension and the opportunity to be a starting point guard for one of the 30 teams in the NBA. That's a big, big deal. And in some ways, he's not so crazy and egotistical that he doesn't understand that it is a privilege, and he's humbled in it. So I love you, Immanuel. I think that you're going to be having a fantastic year this year. And I really do look forward to seeing how barbecue meshes and the flavor tastes so good together. RJ Barrett, you're a Canadian hero. I know that the press came and talked to you both, Kelly and you, about the failure at Paris, but in some ways it wasn't a failure. And Kelly very much illuminated when he said, being an Olympian is something you keep. You're an Olympian forever. And that is true. And RJ is very proud of getting our program back to the Olympics after 24 years of not being at the Olympics men's basketball. So, they can hold their heads up, even if it was a disappointment and not getting as far. As they said, it's a one and done thing at a certain point in the Olympics, and that's sad. But man, RJ, what a great summer. You represented us well. You were honestly the strongest Canadian for us at the Olympics in a lot of ways. And I appreciate you, and you're a hero. And honestly, I commend you for just being who you are. And it was so funny to see the chat get so bent out of shape when RJ started speaking French. They didn't know he spoke French. I mean, gosh, yeah, he's Canadian. He grew up here, and he speaks French. That's right. Jakob Poeltl, shave your shoulders. I want to say that, like, seriously. I think that his shoulders won't look like that on game day. If they do, sums up. Come on now. I don't know. He's looking like George Animal Steel a little bit out there, but it's all right. Jakob, we love you. And once again, you're a basketball nerd. And I love that you really get under the hood of a car called basketball and tinker around in that engine and talk about the X's and O's and the philosophies and stuff like that. There are a lot of talk about you and IQ and your connections, the pick and roll coming up this year, and the work that y'all put in together this offseason. So, yeah, Jakob, you're awesome. And honestly, everybody who has a problem with Jakob Poeltl being on this team or still dissing that trade or saying all this stuff, everybody was saying stuff like Jakob Poeltl is a top 10 defensive center in the NBA. You were right. Everybody in that chat that was saying that Jakob Poeltl is a top 15 center in this league overall, you are right. I'm not saying he's at 17. I'll put him maybe right at 15 or 14, but he is up there. And once again, everybody who was saying that Jakob Poeltl is one of the most efficient starting centers in this league, you are right. And a lot of those comparisons that people were making in that argument were asinine. Yeah, the Steven Adams stuff was hilarious. But anyway, y'all, I really appreciate y'all standing up for our big yak. Seriously, y'all did a good job. That was one of the best things that the RFF did in the chat today. It was really, really good. Kelly Olynyk, very fun to listen to you talk about Canada and talking about being a kid once again. The Vince Carter stuff. I'm glad that it wasn't so Vince centric. These questions, like somebody could have asked Vince Carter questions to every single person who got up there. Thank God they didn't. The people that mattered, and Kelly is one that should talk about it, seeing as he went to Vince's camp. So I'm very appreciative that it wasn't just a Vince love fest around everything. The media day, that's not the focus for this year. The focus is rebuilding this team and making them better and better and getting more wins over time. Grady Dick, you're fun. You're a funny guy. I love the stories about the inside stuff from RJ about Grady and all that stuff. You can tell Grady is one of the most popular Raptors on the team, that they love just goofing around with him and stuff. So, yeah, Grady, just keep being you. And you're doing a great job. Honestly, your professionalism, your unflappableness in success and failure is commendable. And I'm excited to see how you continue to grow and get better and better this season through the ups and downs of the NBA year. So I hope that you have a fantastic, healthy year, Grady did. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me today. Let me see your last few comments on here, and I'll get out of here, man. I'll get out of here. Yeah. Derps is saying always hope with the Scotsman. Yeah, we always have hope with Scotty Barnes, and like Masai said, we're good. We got Scotty, and not only that, now we got Shamshay too. So yeah, it's coming. Let's see. Isaac's saying you can really feel the buy-in from the players. Yeah. I mean, they don't feel like they're wasting their time on a low-flying team that's just a bottom dweller, Vince Carter. So why are you talking to us like we're supposed to be the Detroit Pistons? Seriously, why are you talking to us like that, Vince? Because these guys, they have plans for trying to get more W's, and they may be winning faster than everybody else thinks everywhere else. That's right. Kareem saying, I honestly think Scotty has the most intangibles and can be the most talented player in the NBA. He just has to put it all together. That comes with experience, and Scotty year 4 could be prime time. I agree wholeheartedly. I agree. Mike's saying, just woke up. Wow, so much to catch up again. Mike, man, this is bad. Honestly, it would have been funny if Mike had been in the chat too with all of us. I wasn't in there though, Mike. I was banned. I got banned from the Raptors Media Day chat. But Mike, definitely go back and watch the media day. I don't know if you can watch the chat. It's honestly not worth reading. But there was a lot of great Raptor Freak family representation in there. We had probably about, I would say there was about 20 to 30 of us in there today representing the RFF with Project Truth and doing the right things. Mike, yeah, why'd you sleep in? Media day, baby. That's right. There's so much to watch, Mike. And definitely watch my stream after you get done, too. Kareem saying, I don't know what RJ stands for, so I'll just assume it means rolling joints. He always looks high. Yeah, you were a part of that, and I thought that was not right, Kareem. Why do you want to put those allegations on RJ like that? That's not nice. In some ways, the Osmo stuff is harmless, but, trying to say that man's blunted and like all that kind of stuff, I don't know. That's not good. RJ stands for Rowan Jr. That's what it stands for, of course. Trevor's saying, Yacht looking like Grizzly Adams with all that hair. Yeah, I mean, some of our guys on our team need a razor and a haircut. Yeah, that's just how it is. This is what it is, man. Tommy's got the orange hearts. Oh, for Reconciliation Day. Great stuff, Tom. Thanks for reminding us of that. And Isaac saying destination, preparing for takeoff. Preparing. Okay, Isaac, that's a dad joke if I've ever heard one. And you got so many dunks today. That's it. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me today. I'll have some Tuesday trivia tomorrow. I don't have any time to rest. Now I got to write a trivia up for tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Y'all come check me at 9:30 Raptor Streak stream tomorrow. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Join the channel because joining has membership privileges. You get to have Scotty's little hair emoticon there if you want to join. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. And what a great media day. I'm proud of my Raptors team. I'm proud of our people that represent our city because these are good people and I believe in them. And I think that this year is going to be a surprise to a lot of people. Once again, the Raptors are expected to fail, but they're going to do way better than everybody thinks. And who knows? It could very much write the script just like it has before when Sam Mitchell won a Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey won a Coach of the Year. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. If we do so well, Darko could win the Coach of the Year. Seriously. People think that's crazy, but no, it could happen. Seriously. Don't get it twisted. All right, Tommy. Thanks for the emoticon work that you do. And I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching. Let's go, Raptors. And Raptors, man, I love you, man. I'm sorry I said that. I shouldn't have said that. You, ma'am or man. I don't know who you are. I should just say they. But yeah, Raptors and men, whoever you are, if I made you mad today, I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have said that you should get fired, but I did help y'all when I told you to change the title of that. You know I did. You know I did help you. All right, y'all. Let's go Raptors.